All right, what's going on YouTube? This is Travis P11. I'm bringing you part 2 in the series of an evaluation here of the ZTE Max Duo 4G LTE cell phone on Straight Talk. Again, if you like my channel, please subscribe. It's Travis P11. I've got all kinds of different videos on all sorts of different topics, so if that's something you're interested in, it'd be great to have you join the channel. All right, back to the phone. Setting this phone up was a piece of cake. I've been registered with Straight Talk because I purchased several phones through them. And setting the phone up through Straight Talk was really simple. I just logged into the website. I clicked on activation of a new Straight Talk phone. I punched in the serial number, and it asked me if I wanted to port over my number from my old phone. I said yes, and it did. In about 5 minutes, the phone was activated. And then it was really cool. A little prompt came up and said, would you like to bring over all of your apps and information from your previous phone, which was a different brand altogether, a different phone altogether? And I said, yeah. And it went ahead and brought over all the apps. So in about 45 minutes, everything was loaded and on the phone. It was already ready to go. All the apps were there. Everything was updated. Really cool. I have been using the phone for about 12 hours now, and the battery, it's probably down to about 50% or so, 45%, which is not bad. I've been using it. I haven't been on it overnight. I got the phone set up around midnight, and it's currently about 1:30 in the afternoon. So it's been on for about 13 hours, just kind of off and on with some casual use. You know, I've been downloading a lot of updates and so on. I honestly haven't had a chance to really test the cameras yet. I mean, the cameras supposedly are excellent from the other reviewers that are on YouTube. Battery life, I would think I could get a full day, if not a day and a half out of one charge with just some casual use. Wi-Fi, I am running on the 5 gigahertz band, and my internet that I have here, it's a cable internet connection running it. It's either 30 or 60 megabits per second, so it's somewhat speedy, and it does download really quick. This phone does. All right, so let's just check out a few apps here real quick. I'm going to borrow a page from one of my favorite YouTubers, Lon Seidman. I'm going to open up Goat Simulator just so you can see how fast it'll load. Now, I've only opened this one time prior, okay, one time before. Okay, let's move over the tripod just a bit here. There's a pillar in the ceiling. I do apologize for that. It does take a few seconds to open up. This is the free version, so it's going to prompt you with a few ads and stuff like that. And then it's loading. The first time I loaded, it took about 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Okay, you can turn the volume up a little bit here. Volume is excellent with the speakers that are mounted on the bottom of it. Let's see. Let's go to the Village. Career mode. Again, I'm just playing the free mode. I've never actually played this before until now. All right, it's going to be loading real quick, and we're going to get started. I just want to show you that, you know, if there's any lag or any of those issues, you'll see it here happening right now. I don't have a ton of apps on this phone other than what came with it, just so you know. All right, so we're just going to run around for a second on Go Simulator. The screen is absolutely fantastic. It's 1080 by 1920, if I'm not mistaken. We'll go to the ZTE website here in just a little bit. And it's kind of hard to do. I'm working behind the tripod here. Hold still. There we go. All right. But I mean, yeah, the screen is very sharp, very colorful. I don't have the brightness turned up very much right now. Looks like I'm in a car. I have no idea how to get out of the car. There it is. All right. So there's your Goat Simulator. So as you can see, runs really good. It's smooth. I don't really see much, filling in the background. It looks excellent. So, all right. So there's your Goat Simulator. All right, we'll go ahead and get out of that. And let's clear out of that. Okay. Another thing is you might be a user of my FitnessPal, just to show you a different program altogether here. It does load very quickly. This is probably about twice as fast as my old phone, just in general. Everything pops so quick. Here we can see what I've had to eat today. Breakfast. Oh, don't want to see that. All right, lunch. Okay, so it does move very quickly. Very little lag at all. Clear out of that. What I wanted to do now is take you to the ZTE website real quick, just to talk about some of the details and specifics on this phone. Very cool. They have all the specifics on here for you, and they tell you about it. There's a few things I didn't mention last night when I was going through the details on this phone. It's 6.5 inches tall, 3.3 inches wide. It's 1/3 of an inch thick, a little over 1/3 of an inch thick. Weighs 6.53 ounces without the battery. Not waterproof, okay? Physical screen size is 6 inches, 1080 by 1920 for the resolution on the screen. It is TFT Gorilla Glass, well, TFT screen with Gorilla Glass. It is CDMA, this particular one. 13 megapixel plus 2 megapixel rear side cameras, 5 megapixel front. Let's see, 1.5 gigahertz octa-core processor, 3500 milliamp battery, that's 13.1 watt hours. 16 gigs of storage, 2 gigs of RAM. 802.11 BG and N, and it does have quick charge 1.0. Really, the only bad thing about this phone is that it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. It's using the new USB, what is it, C format, I believe is what it's called. I only have the cable that came with the phone. Everything else that I have is micro USB, so I'm going to be swapping out cables for my home charger, my work charger, my vehicle, and I usually carry a juice pack with me with a cable that I can use to charge my phone if I need to. And I'm going to end up having to buy new cables. On Amazon, they're about 12 bucks, okay, for cables, which isn't too bad. Let's see, what else do we have here? Make sure you check out the ZTE website if you want some details on it. Let's just load the New York Times. Let's see what happens here. This is another one of those tests that Lon Seidman does. He's one of my favorite YouTubers that does, you know, gadget tests and things like that. So he always goes to the New York Times because it's very heavy on the graphics and images and so on. Okay, so as you can see, it just goes right up, loads right up. Of course, this is the mobile version too, so which is really cool. I mean, it's a very quick little phone. It's very, you know, very easy to set up, and I got my memory card in here too, so I've got some apps backed up. I've got about 8 gigs of storage space after the OS and after all my app updates on it too. Okay, let's go and get out of that. We'll go to my YouTube channel so you can see some real-time video playing. Okay, so you can see YouTube opens right up. It's almost like having a small tablet because of the size and the form factor. So again, here's my channel, okay, my videos. All right, let's go ahead and play something. Here's the video that I just did last night introducing this phone.
What's going on, YouTube? This is Travis P11.
Again, no lag. The screen is absolutely fantastic. It's incredibly sharp. It's probably one of the sharpest screens I've ever had on a mobile device that I've owned. Okay, let's go back out of that for a second. And I'll tell you, you know, I was the kind of person that never thought I would want a screen this large, but man, I'll tell you, as I get older and my eyes get worse and worse, I'm going to be 40 in March here. Oh, looks like I got an email. Having larger icons and stuff, it's great because, you know, it's so much easier to read and to see in your text. And I mean, I used to love just tiny gadgets and just little things, you know. But there's just something about this that just makes it a pleasure to use. Waze ran just fine through it. My pictures look great on here. Play Store loads right up in just a few seconds. Did all my updates. I mean, yeah. I mean, $200, no contract. Again, I bought this phone out of pocket. None of this was provided to me. I'm just showing this phone off because there's not a lot of hands-on reviews on YouTube for it. And I just wanted to kind of get the word out that if you're a Straight Talk customer and you can use the CDMA phone, in other words, you can use the Verizon towers in your area, you need to pick one of these up because it's awesome. It's just an awesome phone. And I've had probably a dozen cell phones in my life, if not more. Okay, so again, this is Travis P11. Okay, if you like the channel, please subscribe. I don't know if I'll do any more follow-up tests with this phone. Again, I just wanted to show you that it is easy to set up. It does run apps just fine. Speakers sound great. Okay, the speakers on the bottom sound great. One little tiny thing about this phone that kind of annoys me, it's got a slightly buzzy, slightly tinny earpiece speaker up here. It doesn't bother me so much. It kind of depends on the person I'm talking to, their voice. Maybe the case will resolve the issue. If it gets worse, I will take the phone back, but I've had phones in the past that have done that too. It's just the quality of the ear speaker up there. And so, you know, I don't know if it's just the phone itself or if there really is an issue. By the way, I apologize if this is blurry. It's trying to read off a text. But anyway, so this is Travis B11. Hope you enjoyed this review. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the box down below the video. And again, this is a $199 smartphone that I picked up at my local Walmart. All right, so take care, be safe, have fun, and we will talk to you soon.